Since 2011, one game has completely dominated the conversation around open-world RPGs, and that game is Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Even today, in 2026, new RPGs are constantly compared to it, its world, its exploration, its sense of adventure. But that creates a massive problem for Elder Scrolls VI, because the real challenge for Bethesda isn't just making a great game, it's escaping Skyrim's shadow. If Elder Scrolls VI is going to succeed, there are a few things it absolutely must get right. Hey friends, the Axeman here. In my previous video, I talked about how Elder Scrolls VI is probably going to disappoint all of us, whether it be by hype that it just cannot live up to, or Bethesda getting more corporate. But this video is going to be a little bit different. I want to talk about some of the solutions that Elder Scrolls VI could do to make it a success. And yes, I'm still getting over the flu, so please bear with me during this video. And let's see if my voice can hold out. One of the reasons Skyrim worked so well was its world. You could walk in any direction and something interesting would happen. Maybe you'd stumble onto a bandit ambush, or maybe you'd find a hidden cave. Maybe you'd discover a random quest that you never expected. But modern open world games have raised the bar. Today, players expect a living world. Cities should feel busy. NPCs should have believable routines. Factions should react to what the player does. If Elder Scrolls VI just repeats Skyrim's formula without evolving it, the world is going to feel extremely outdated. Bethesda needs to make a world that doesn't just feel big, it needs to feel alive. Red Dead Redemption 2 offered dynamic and realistic random encounters across the world, and Watch Dogs Legion, where every NPC had a unique schedule and personal life. That would be a good fit. Next, we'll talk about Skyrim's combat. Bethesda needs to make it so it doesn't feel 15 years old. Let's be honest about one thing. Even fans of Elder Scrolls V Skyrim will admit that the combat wasn't exactly its strongest feature. A lot of it came down to swinging weapons, blocking, and repeating the same attacks. And while that worked back in 2011, players expect much more now. Modern RPGs have introduced faster, deeper, and more tactical combat systems. If Elder Scrolls VI launches with combat that feels clunky or outdated, it could immediately turn players away. Bethesda doesn't need to turn Elder Scrolls into a hardcore action game, but the combat needs to feel modern, responsive, and satisfying. But admittedly, I'd like to see a cross between Skyrim and Elden Ring and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but I know I'm dreaming. Point number 3, if you're counting, is meaningful RPG choices. That's another thing that Elder Scrolls VI needs to nail, and that's player choice. One of the biggest criticisms of later Bethesda games is that the RPG system started getting simplified. Choices didn't always matter. Factions didn't always react to what you did, and sometimes the game would even let you join every faction without consequences. Modern RPGs are raising that expectation again. Games like Baldur's Gate 3 showed players just how powerful real choice can be. Different outcomes, different character paths, different consequences. If Elder Scrolls VI wants to stand out, it needs to bring back deep RPG systems where player decisions actually matter. The next thing the Elder Scrolls VI needs is stronger storytelling. Storytelling in the Elder Scrolls series has been a mixed bag. Bethesda games have always been amazing at environmental storytelling. You walk into a ruined tower and slowly piece together what happened there. But when it comes to the main narrative, I know some players feel the stories haven't always been as strong as they could be. And I admit, in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, I thought the storytelling, especially when it came to the lore, was leaps and bounds better than Oblivion and Skyrim. But that's just my opinion. But the expectations are higher now. Players want more memorable characters, meaningful choices, and storylines that actually stay with them after the game ends. If Elder Scrolls 6 can combine Bethesda's world building with the stronger narrative design, it could be something truly special. And the last point I'd like to make is the magic of exploration. Above all else, Elder Scrolls VI needs to preserve the one thing that Bethesda has always done better than most anyone else. That's exploration. Few games have ever captured the feeling of wandering into the unknown quite like Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, or Oblivion, or Morrowind for that matter. Climbing a mountain just to see what's on the other side. Discovering a hidden dungeon you never knew existed, even after hundreds of hours of gameplay. Or starting a quest chain that completely changes your character's story. That sense of discovery is what made Skyrim legendary. If Elder Scrolls VI can capture that magic again while improving everything else, it might just live up to the impossible expectation. The truth is, Elder Scrolls VI has one of the hardest jobs in gaming. It's not just following another RPG, it's following a legend. If Bethesda gets things right, Elder Scrolls VI could become the next generation Skyrim. But if it doesn't, it might struggle to escape the shadow of the game that came before it. Now this video here is just a wish list of sorts. Things that I would like to see in Elder Scrolls 6. Will it happen? I doubt it. But my motto is, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Some of the other games that I've been waiting to play, since I am such a big Elder Scrolls fan, is Sky Oblivion and Skywind. Both of those games being remade in the Skyrim engine. You gotta love the modders. Not only do they fix Bethesda's shit, they make some of the most interesting quests and mods. But only time will tell if Elder Scrolls 6 can recapture that magic. I really do want this game to succeed. I'm just doubtful that it can. So what do you think? What's Elder Scrolls 6 need to do to succeed? Let me know in the comments. I'll read all of them, the good, bad, and the ugly. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like what you saw, or dislike if you didn't. I know this is a shorter video, but I don't think my voice is going to hold out much longer. But until next time, my friends, this is the Axeman, and I am out of here.